welcome everybody to our weekly career class. So, as Samarth has already introduced me, I'm Shivani and I'm a study abroad coach with iDreamCareer. I've worked with students across the country and across multiple boards, both national and international, and help them with career planning and also college applications overseas. So, like Samarth pointed out, advanced placements is a topic that we know something about, don't know much about. It's always been sort of elusive to us. And we've heard that advanced placements can add a lot of value to a profile. They can really enhance our profile, especially if you're talking about an education abroad. So this is what I wanted to really talk about today. And for those of you who don't know what the APs are, I'm just going to take you through a little bit of an introduction about what the APs are, and then we will move on to understand about why, how, and who should be taking the APs. So let's go forward with the presentation. Now, advanced placements are offered by the College Board, and they are mostly programs which are introductory level college classes. Okay, for students who wish to add academic rigor to their existing academic, profile, they're a really good way to showcase that you have the caliber and strength to move to something more demanding and challenging, which is why APs are suggested for students while they are in high school. Okay, so imagine you are in grade 11th and 12th, but you are doing something of, you're doing something which is of a caliber which you would be doing in college. So that obviously enhances your profile and looks really good on your transcripts, which is why APs are suggested to students, especially if you're considering an education in the US or Canada. So AP subjects are, there are about 38 subjects in AP. So you've got, APs in languages, you've got APs in world history and culture, you have APs in sciences, you have APs in humanities. All of these courses you will find, listed on the college website, College Board website, which I've put a link here, and you can always go and refer to it. Now, if you're planning to take the APs, you need to sort of plan a little bit in advance, because these tests only happen once a year, which is in May. Okay, so if you're planning to take your APs in grade 11th, which is essentially the end of grade 11th, you need to start your planning somewhere between April, May, 1 year prior to that. Now, your school may not be offering AP courses or AP exams on their own, which is fine. But you need to tell your school that you're interested in doing the AP, so that they can find some other school which is offering, the APs. So there are centers across, cities which offer AP courses and exams, and you can connect with them and understand how you can register for these exams. All right. Now, who should be taking the, why should you be taking the AP? So like I said, why is it important that we take the APs, and what is the hype around APs is what you need to understand, right? APs help you prepare for college. So like I pointed out, APs are college level introductory classes. So they really help you prepare for the workload that comes when you go to college. And also you demonstrate to admission authorities that you have what it takes to go to college and really do well on your college classes also. They can help you boost your GPA. Now, for Indian students, there is no concept of GPA essentially. However, when you couple that, your AP scores with your academic grades in school, and both of them are good, then it really shows, enhances your profile very well. Okay, especially your academic profile. So if you're scoring well in school and you've got, a 4 or a 5 in your APs, so the scale for APs is 1 to 5. So if you get a 4 on a 5, then that shows that you have the caliber to go into college and take college classes, and you're fit, basically deciding whether you're, a good fit for college or not. And it can also count towards college credits, which is only applicable for students wanting to study in US and Canada, because APs are essentially a US based concept and are offered by the College Board. If you apply to US colleges, you will get college credits, but you need to score at least a 4 or a 5. Okay, so if you're scoring 4 and 5, then definitely you will get some credits in certain universities if you're doing the APs. Now, APs can also help you secure financial aid. I know many students want to look at scholarships when they go and study overseas, because of course it's an offense, it's a really expensive affair. Most colleges in the US offer merit based financial aid, And even Canadian colleges offer merit-based financial aid. Now, if you've got very high scores on your APs and of course your academics in school as well, it can really enhance your profile, like I pointed out, and then help you secure financial aid and apply for scholarships. Okay, so there's a higher chance that you will secure your scholarship and go to a good US university if you've got very good scores on your APs. So I hope you've understood that. Now, who should take the APs? Now, I know for Indian students, the concept of APs is slightly newer, especially for students who are studying in the national curriculum. But I feel that Indian students can really benefit from taking the APs if AP subjects are selected, constructively, and you were able to sort of demonstrate that you have the proficiency to go to any US or Canadian college and university and study there. Now, the level of difficulty that we do in our Indian curriculums is not very high, right? It's moderately difficult. It's not too difficult. So I feel that for national curriculum students, especially students studying in the CBSE and ISA curriculums, APs can lead to overall rigor and variety of subjects also. Now, I know that there are certain curriculums that offer very limited subjects, not curriculums, I should point out, maybe schools that don't offer a lot of subjects, right? So if I want a subject which is not offered in school, I can always do an AP in that particular subject, and that can be a very good value add for my profile, and for my admissions overseas. So this is something that I wanted to point out, especially for the national curriculum students. Now, if you are an international student or international curriculum student, then taking the APs may not be such a good idea. So who are students who are international curriculum students? Students who are doing the IBDP, or students who are doing the AS or A levels, right? Which is the Cambridge board. So IBDP and AS and A levels are very rigorous curriculums in themselves, and they are viewed as college preparatory curriculums in themselves. Now, if you look at the subjects that they offer also, you don't really have a concept of taking up a physics, chemistry, math, or an economics math, with business studies. So not just commerce, humanities, and sciences or arts, anything like that. You've got different range of subjects that you need to take. So I need to take sciences also, I need to study humanities also, I need to take portfolio subjects also, maybe dance, drama. I need to take a second language also. So if you look at the curriculum, it is structured in a very holistic way. And if students score a 6 or a 7 in their high level subjects, or in the subjects that they are doing at their A or AS levels, then that earns them credits in US universities also. So if you're doing very well on your international curriculum, subjects already, you don't really need to do APs, okay? But yes, they can be a value add. So we will talk about that a bit later. UCs are a very good example of universities awarding credits to students. So they will award credit to students who have scored a 6 or a 7 in their HL subjects, IBDP, and students who've scored, an A plus in their AS and A levels also. So that is something that you might want to check with them. Now, how should I choose my AP subjects? This is something that I really, really wanted to talk about, because whether you take the APs or not will really depend on whether you need to take the APs or not, right? So whether you are studying in a national curriculum or you study in an international curriculum, you need to choose your subjects very carefully. Now, just to give you a small example, if I'm a student of humanities, right? And I'm already doing history, geography, maybe I'm doing a mathematics, maybe I'm doing an economics, and I've just coupled that up with, say, an AP in geography again. That is not really going to help me, because you're really studying geography in school. So you have no business doing an AP geography. Maybe couple it up with world history or American history, or an AP in language or culture. So that will make your profile more holistic, right? So I've just got a few examples for you to understand this in a better way. Now, if you study, say, in a CBSE curriculum and you've opted for a physics, chemistry, maths combination, now you wish to pursue something in economics or finance or financial markets or financial management, for example, and you want to, take APs. So taking up an AP microeconomics or macroeconomics can really help you, because that is a subject that you don't have at school, right? So that adds strength to your application. AP statistics can also be helpful. So you can couple it up with an AP in statistics. You're already doing math. If you have statistics, then that gives you a very good basic, knowledge in finance and economics as well. Now, you don't necessarily need to do both AP micro and macroeconomics because, again, even though they are different subjects, they are considered very similar by university standards, right? So you don't need to take both of them. You could choose one and couple that up with an AP statistics. So now, again, now when I look at your profile, it looks very holistic. It looks like you have a variety of subjects. It looks like you know what you're doing, and you know what you want to do and why you've taken an AP. So your purpose there is solved. Now, let's say you want to pursue mechanical engineering and you have a PCM combination again, right? So again, taking an AP physics or chemistry is not going to add much value to your profile because you already are studying a physics, chemistry, and mathematics combination at school. However, if you want to add some strength or a layer to your profile, you could look at an AP calculus, right? That could be a good choice because that will demonstrate to universities that you do have what it takes to do a mechanical engineering, where there's a lot of application for calculus. Opting for an AP physics and mechanics can also be a really good idea, right? Now, if this was electrical engineering for that matter, if you were wanting to go into electronics or electrical engineering, then maybe you could have opted for an AP physics and electronics, right? So that again adds another dimension to your profile. So really think about what subjects you need to have and what subjects you don't need to do. All right. Now, for international students, it is completely fine to take the APs, okay? Even though I've said that it can sometimes be a little too much because these curriculums are a bit rigorous in themselves and you may not have a lot of time to spare to, do your applications and focus on other things and on yourself also when you're in grade 11th and 12th. However, you can still go ahead and take the APs if you feel that it is a requirement for your profile, all right? So if you're an IB student, for example, and you've opted for one subject in all six subject groups, and you've taken business management and you've taken, say, global politics, and now you're thinking of doing maybe a liberal arts program, or you're thinking of doing a business psychology program. Now here taking an AP psychology could be a value add for you, right? Because you don't have that particular subject at school and you can't exceed more than 6 subjects in the IBDP or in the A or AS level curriculums. So this is something I need you to think about. So what I'm really trying to say is that you need to select subjects that complement other subjects that you're studying, or you want to pursue later. Taking up the same AP subjects or randomly choosing APs is not going to add any value to your overseas college applications. So this is something that I think everybody, each of us needs to remember. So now it's Q&A time. My PPT is over. I would love to hear your questions and what do you think of APs? Should you take them? Should you not take them? Are you taking them or thinking of registering for the APs? Yes, Samarth.
Thank you, Shivani. Thank you for those insights. And now moving on to the Q&A session. Everyone, please feel free to post your queries here in the chat section. And yeah, so we have a few queries that we have received on Zoom.
Sure.
So one is, there is a student who is pursuing economics with maths,
Okay.
and he plans to apply to Canada for a business management project.
All right.
He says he's also been participating in a lot of extracurricular activities.
Okay.
But he does not have, he hasn't taken APs. So will this affect him adversely?
Okay, so I'm assuming that it's a little late for you to register for APs and you've not taken the APs. So if you're you're applying for a business management program, you are already studying economics and math, which is a wonderful combination to study if you're going for a business management program. So no worries there. You said you're involved in extracurricular activities too, which is again fantastic. Kudos to you. No, it's not going to negatively affect your application or your profile in any way if you don't take the APs. It is completely fine. If you're scoring well in school, in business, in economics, in mathematics, in other subjects, your overall profile is great. If you're doing extracurriculars, if everything is good, your LORs are ready, SOPs are good, you don't need to take the APs. Okay, so don't worry. Now that you haven't, it doesn't matter because there is nothing else that you can take. I don't think there is an AP that will really help you. You already have maths, you already have economics. So maybe if you were looking at taking an AP, I would have suggested maybe a statistics AP or a psychology AP, but no, it's not going to negatively affect you. So don't worry about it.
All right, all right. Thank you for that, Shivani. So now let's move on to the next question.
Yeah.
So the next question is that I want to apply for a design program, but I don't want to
Okay.
pursue visual arts as a subject
Okay.
at school.
Okay.
I have taken humanities with maths. So will taking APs help me with design admissions abroad? And he's in
Mm.
class 10.
Oh, he's in class 10. Okay. Uh, you want to look at a design program. So now there are two aspects to this. Okay. Uh, whether you want to look at a technical design program or a non-technical design program, okay, whatever it is, of course, you must select your subjects accordingly. But if you don't want to take visual arts at school, that's completely fine. I understand, especially if you're applying for a more technical program, maybe production design or product design or industrial design or any of those designs. Now design colleges generally ask you to have a portfolio in place. Okay, they don't need you to have a particular subject that you're studying in at the school level. They will want you to have a math, which I hope you will be taking or you have, so that's not a problem. You can couple it up with an AP in design. Okay, that can add value, and it can also help you understand how to create that portfolio. Hmm? So if you couple that up with your AP design and you also start working on your portfolio, and you do well at school, I think that will solve your problem. And yeah, that's what you need to do. You don't need to take a lot of APs, just an AP in design. If you're doing maths at school, then great. You don't need to take visual arts or design in school. That's completely fine. But please do start working on your portfolio and do register for your AP exams. Talk to your school, talk to your teachers, understand whether they offer APs in school or not. If they don't, I'm sure there will be some schools in your vicinity who will be AP exam centers. They will help you and provide you with whatever information it is that you need to register for APs. All right, so please get in touch with them.
All right, thank you. So the next question is, in which grade should I take the AP exams? This
Okay.
student is in grade 9.
Grade 9. Okay. So ideally, a good time to take your AP exams is grade at the end of grade 11. Okay. You can take it. So you study for the whole grade 11 and you take your exams in May when you pass out of grade 11. So then you're ready for your grade 12. You have your APs in place and you can start working on your application. So that is that's like a good time. But now you're in grade 12, so you can do a lot of other things to enhance your profile for overseas education, because it is not just about APs. All right. APs are a value add, but that is not the only thing that universities are looking at. So you need to start working towards your profile building. And now you're in grade 9. So technically you're working towards your transcript. Okay. So your grades have to be good. Your profile has to be in place. So please make sure you are working on that. And if not, you can always connect with us.
All right. So also, Shivani, can you tell us who are the AP course providers in India?
AP course providers. Okay. So College Board is the official course provider for APs in India. Okay. There is no other agency, there is no other organization that is giving out APs. Okay. So please steer clear of them. Only and only refer to the College Board website. So College Board is also the organization that provides you with the SATs. All right. So when you're taking the SATs, you register via the College Board, right? So you do the same thing for APs as well. ACT, on the other hand, is provided by another organization. Okay. So please don't get confused between all of these tests because there are many.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and we have one final question. So,
Yeah.
what factors should one, look at when they're, choosing one over the other? I mean, IB over AP or ICSC.
Okay.
So, what factors should one look at?
Okay. So you're talking about general boards, right? Okay. See, if you're in the CBSE curriculum or you're in the ISC curriculum, okay, ISC is considered a little more breadth-wise and length-wise, a little more in-depth than the CBSE curriculum, even though CBSE is now catching up. However, both these curriculums don't really give you any uh, exercises on research and critical thinking, okay, as much as IBDP and AS levels do. So, if you are somebody who wants to develop your critical thinking skills, your research abilities, your communication skills, then definitely I personally feel that international curriculums do sort of give you an edge. But not to say that students from CBSE and ISC have any less of those and aren't going overseas for college admissions. In fact, some of the best students that I know have gotten into the best universities are from CBSE and ISC curriculums. But it really depends on how you mold your profile, okay? You need to start planning for your SATs, for your APs, for your profile, for your grades in grade 9 and 10 itself. All right. So there's no right answer. I always feel that it's very, very, some people do very well in the CBSE and ISC curriculum. Some people do very well on international boards. So it really depends on you as a person. Okay. Every child is completely different. So if you're somebody who learns through experiential learning, who likes practical experiences, then I would recommend maybe go to an international curriculum. If you're somebody who's more comfortable with a little bit of rote learning and understanding more of theory, then I would say stick to the ISC and CBSE curriculum. Also, changing boards in grade 11 is not recommended from my side, honestly, because it takes a lot of toll when you go from grade 10 to grade 11. There's an adjustment period of about 3 to 4 months, right? And if you're changing your board as well just because you want to go to an overseas college, then that can sort of take a toll on you. So I don't recommend doing that, Samad.
All right, Shivani. So we have someone who probably just joined now, and
Yeah.
they're asking, what is AP? So if
What
you
is
could,
AP? Okay. Yeah, okay. Quick recap. So, AP's advanced placements are exams. Okay. They are basically introductory college level classes that are offered by the college board. So, you must have heard about the SATs, right? We take the SATs when we have to apply to US colleges, especially. So, APs are also in line with them, but APs are more subject specific. So, if I want to demonstrate my proficiency in, say, mathematics or calculus or language or history or geography or psychology, okay, then I can take the AP exams, even physics, chemistry, and statistics, and so on. So there are about 38 courses that you can do in APs. Now, APs can only or should only be done when your profile requires it. Okay, if you require it to go to a certain university, if a university has a certain criteria that you need to have these subjects or you need to demonstrate proficiency in these subjects, then we recommend taking the APs, right? Let's take another example. I'm very interested in computer science. Okay, I want to study computer science. It's been my dream. But to study computer science in India, you don't really need computer science. You need a physics, chemistry, math. Okay, and there is only a limited number of subjects that you can do at school. So now I need to apply to Indian universities also, and I need to apply to overseas colleges also. Okay, I want to keep both my options open. So I can't take computer science at school. So what do? I do an AP in computer science, okay, because that again adds value to my profile. Okay, it demonstrates to US colleges, Canadian colleges, even UK and other countries accept APs. So they look at my profile and they see, okay, physics, chemistry, math, and an AP in computer science. Yes, very strong academics. All right, that is what it means. So you have the ability to come and study computer science at our university, and many universities in the US offer credits. So technically you are doing these short courses which are available in the first year of college in high school itself. So imagine how amazing that is, right?
right. So I think we do not have any more queries. So, and we have come to an end to this wonderful session. Thank you so much, Shivani, for the session.
Thank you
And
so
I'd
much.
like to also notify all our viewers who are watching that we at iDreamCareer also have a study abroad vertical wherein we offer career counseling services. And I'm pasting the link here. So if you are someone who is looking to go and study abroad, please do check out this link where you will find our offerings. And like Ms. Shivani, we have a team of senior career counselors who will help you with the whole process. So, yes. So now we will see you next week, and thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much for everybody for joining in. Thank you.